Welcome back to Share Science, the weekly science brief for April 13th, 2026. I'm Curie.
And I'm Derek. This week, we are living through history. Get this, humans just flew around the moon for the first time in 54 years. 54 years! It's like we've stepped back into history, but also launched ourselves into the future.
That's incredible. I mean, think about it. Most people alive today have never seen anything like this. The last time humans left low Earth orbit was Apollo 17 in 1972. Artemis II? It went over 250,000 miles away. That's a whole new level.
And the photos they sent back? Oh my gosh, they're stunning. They captured what NASA is calling a new Earthrise moment. Imagine a crescent Earth setting behind the moon's curved horizon, with the blackness of deep space surrounding it. It's like a work of art, but it's real.
And let's not forget the solar eclipse they photographed from lunar orbit. The moon completely blocked the sun, leaving a glowing corona around its edge. Stars were visible in the background, revealed by the blocked sunlight. That's a view no human has seen in over 5 decades.
Oh, and how about that moment when the crew went behind the moon and lost all contact with Earth for 40 minutes? Just 4 people, completely alone, behind another world. Christina Cook, one of the astronauts, described the moment they entered the moon's gravitational pull as falling to the moon rather than rising away from Earth. That gave me chills.
It's such a poetic way to describe it. But we should clarify, Artemis II wasn't about landing on the moon. This mission was a test flight designed to prove the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System rocket could handle a crewed deep space mission. They were testing life support, navigation, communications, heat shields, everything that needs to work perfectly before humans can land on the moon again.
And by all accounts, it was flawless. The crew is back on Earth, healthy and safe. Every critical system performed as designed. This mission was the final dress rehearsal for Artemis III, which will aim to land humans at the lunar South Pole. We're not just going back to the moon, we're going somewhere new and unexplored.
It's a reminder of what humans are capable of when we dream big. And speaking of dreaming big, let's shift gears to a discovery that takes us not outward into space, but backward in time. 540 million years backward, to be exact.
Oh yes, let's talk about the Lost World fossil site in China. This discovery is rewriting one of the most fundamental questions in biology. When did complex animal life actually begin?
The fossils from this site date back more than 540 million years, placing them right at, or even before, the Cambrian explosion. And what's remarkable is that these fossils include representatives of many major animal groups that scientists previously thought only appeared during or after the Cambrian explosion.
For anyone unfamiliar, the Cambrian explosion is often called biology's Big Bang. For most of Earth's history, life was simple: single-celled organisms or simple colonies. Then, around 540 million years ago, the fossil record suddenly bursts with complexity. Eyes, limbs, shells, nervous systems. It's like someone flipped a switch and life got really interesting. And the big debate has always been, was this explosion truly sudden, or are we just missing the earlier evidence?
That's the question. And this fossil site in China is a major clue that the explosion might not have been as sudden as we thought. These animal lineages didn't just pop into existence 540 million years ago. They had roots that stretched deeper into time. We just hadn't found the right fossils to see it until now.
It's like discovering the prequel to a story you thought you already knew. It changes the narrative. If these lineages were already diversifying before the Cambrian explosion, it means the evolutionary machinery for complexity was building for longer than we realized.
Exactly. The explosion might have been more like a long fuse that finally reached its charge. It's a reminder that science is always evolving, just like life itself.
Speaking of evolution, let's move to a story that's a bit more practical, but no less fascinating. One that might have implications for our health.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. Spices. Specifically, the discovery that combining everyday spices can boost their anti-inflammatory effects by 100-fold. 100-fold!
That's not a small improvement. So, which spices are we talking about here?
The study focused on 3 compounds: menthol from mint, cineol from eucalyptus, and capsaicin from chili peppers. Each of these has some anti-inflammatory properties on its own, but when combined in specific ratios, their effects multiply dramatically. It's not just addition, it's synergy.
And the mechanism behind this synergy?
It seems to involve multiple simultaneous pathways. Each compound targets a different part of the body's inflammatory signaling system. Together, they create a kind of multi-front suppression of inflammation. It's like plugging multiple leaks in a pipe at once.
Chronic inflammation is a big deal. It's linked to heart disease, diabetes, certain cancers, and even neurodegenerative conditions. If we can find safe, accessible ways to manage it, like through diet, that's huge.
Absolutely. But let's be clear, this research is still in its early stages. These findings need to be validated in human clinical trials. Still, it's an exciting direction.
Science endorses the spice rack. I like that. But let's move on to something a bit more otherworldly. Dragonflies.
Oh yes, this one blew my mind. Scientists have discovered that dragonflies can see a color that doesn't exist for human eyes. They can detect light in the deep red, near-infrared range.
And they do it using the same molecular mechanism we humans use for color vision. Opsins. It's a beautiful example of convergent evolution.
Exactly. Dragonflies have evolved an opsin variant that allows them to see wavelengths beyond what we can perceive. It's like they have access to a whole dimension of visual experience that we're completely locked out of.
It's humbling, isn't it? To realize that other creatures are experiencing the world in ways we can't even imagine.
It really is. And speaking of things we're just beginning to understand, let's wrap up with our final story. The discovery that the brain's stop eating signal comes from an unexpected source.
This one's fascinating. For decades, we thought neurons in the hypothalamus were the main players in appetite regulation. But this new research shows that astrocytes, cells we used to think were just support cells, are actually crucial.
Astrocytes monitor glucose levels after a meal and send the signal that suppresses appetite. It's a paradigm shift in how we understand brain function.
And it opens up new possibilities for treating conditions like obesity and eating disorders. It's a reminder that the brain is still full of surprises.
Every week, science reminds us how much there is left to discover. From the moon to the depths of time, from our kitchens to the minds of dragonflies. It's a wild, wonderful world.
And with that, I think we've covered our 5 stories for the week. Until next time, stay curious.
Always.